Good news, everyone! Warner Bros. And Discovery are indeed going to split up by this time next year. It's a little complicated, but I knew this would happen after the failures of the 7 Arts and AOL mergers. I knew in the back of my mind a Warner Bros. Discovery merger wouldn't last, but it's a little complicated to explain. I know who should explain it. You're right on the ball, Daffy, old chum. And I, Sam Valentino, private toon detective, can fill you all in on what's happening. It's been officially announced that Warner Bros. Discovery is going to split into 2 separate companies. But it isn't simply a Warner Bros. And Discovery Communications division. Like Daffy said, it's a little complicated. What's going to happen is that they'll indeed split into 2 separate companies. But there's going to be streaming and studios, which will get the Warner Bros. Studio, including their television and gaming and animation divisions. And DC Studios and HBO Max and the huge film and television libraries. Then there'll be global networks, which will consist of CNN, Discovery, Discovery Plus, TNT and TNT Sports, and the other networks they own on both the Warner side, like AMC and TBS, and the Discovery side, like the Discovery Channel and its related spin-offs, such as Discovery Family, The Learning Channel, and Animal Planet. Hope this doesn't spell doom for Turner Classic Movies, the Cartoon Network, and Adult Swim, and Boomerang. I mean, for a while, I've been seeing a lot of people claiming that Cartoon Network is dying, especially with that stuff initially being fueled after the Cartoon Network Studios building in Burbank closed down about a couple years ago now. But that's only because they relocated to a brand new lot, where Warner Bros. Animation had also moved to. And Warner Bros. Discovery is still investing in some stuff for the channel, knowing it's currently the most popular brand for kids. And they also just renewed that darn Teen Titans Go for a 10th season. But I also heard that last Friday, Cartoon Network and Adult Swim did some major layoffs as their headquarters in Atlanta, likely as a result of the split-up plans. This has me a little concerned, but more than likely, under this new ownership, Cartoon Network and Adult Swim and Boomerang will probably now have to pay a bit of extra to license all those shows for airing, as even the Cartoon Network and Adult Swim originals, i.e. the ones not produced by Warner Bros. Animation or licensed from other third parties or whatever, will end up on the Warner Bros. Streaming and studio side. Those said originals, I've seen them getting pulled and blocked from YouTube through copyright claims by the Cartoon Network, so maybe they co-own them right now. But we'll see what happens. Though at MeTV Toons, Regional Broadcasting owns and operates it, but Warner Bros. Discovery is their biggest licensing client, so they have a bit of co-op there. With this impending company split, I could see Warner Bros. Studios and Streaming still licensing their content to Ouija for their channel affiliate, which will soon be a year old now. Also, that corrupt scoundrel they call David Zaslav will still be running the Streaming and Studios company. He better not screw up any further. He's already haunting my nightmares with all those decisions and tax write-offs he's made. But he's set to leave the company at the end of 2027, so at least there's that. But Zaslav is pretty much like my own Professor Moriarty. The global network side will be run by CFO Gunnar Weidenfels. There's also Dr. John Malone still owning a lot of shares. He's the chair emeritus after being chairman of the board for some time. It's also kind of akin to Lionsgate, spinning off from Starz, and Comcast coming out with a similar cable spin-off called Versan, to be finalized by the end of this year. But regarding animation, it might be too late for HBO Max, with their redirecting to mature audiences. But with Warner Bros. Lightening the load, they could still start up another streaming service for kids and families, kind of like when they had the Boomerang streaming app. Or maybe license even more shows to Tubi or Amazon Prime. Or that long in the talks MeTV Toons fast streaming channel finally going somewhere. But people are acting like this means Warner Bros. Will be free of Discovery's wrath. But it's not that simple. It's going to be a gradual process, but I'm going to be cautiously optimistic. Hopefully to keep a tight leash on David Zaslav and his stupid careless decisions before his time with them is up. I had a hunch all along that the Warner Bros. Discovery merger wouldn't last very long. Like Daffy said, there was the Warner Bros. 7 Arts merger that lasted from 1967 to 1969. The one that brought us those infamous low-budget Looney Tunes shorts with newer, less memorable characters that have often appeared here in YouTube form. And then Kinney National bought Warner Bros. In 1969 to dissolve 7 Arts, thus taking down the animation department with it until they reopened in 1980. This is also how Warner Bros. Ended up getting DC Comics, as Kinney National owned them at the time of the buyout. And even with that, regarding a financial scandal between the Parking and Property Management Division, the non-entertainment assets became the National Kinney Corporation, with the rest being reorganized into Warner Communications in 1972. Then in 1990, the only successful Warner-related merger happened, with Time Inc. merging with Warner Communications then. There was also when Warner acquired Turner Entertainment in 1996, which is how they got Hanna-Barbera and a pre-1986 MGM library, along with TNT and TBS, and a really important factor, brought the entire Looney Tunes short library under one roof again, since Turner owned the 1934 to 1948 color Warner Bros. Cartoon shorts and most of the black and white 1931 to 33 Merry Melodies. Something that was the result of when Warner Bros. Sold the copyrights to those cartoons to Associated Artists Productions in 1956. This quickly allowed for the whole Looney Tunes library, with some exceptions, to be released on video compilations together, and to broadcast on Cartoon Network and then Boomerang and MeTV and ultimately MeTV Toons together. Then 2001 brought us the infamous AOL Time Warner merger, which only lasted 2 years before America Online split from them. And this had a part to play in leading to the Looney Tunes downfall of the 2000s. Then Time Inc. branched off from Warner in 2014, AT&T bought Time Warner in 2018 and renamed them Warner Media, only to sell them to Discovery Communications in 2022, leading up to this current mess. So in a way, history is repeating itself once again with these mergers. But at least this time, it doesn't look like any animation studios will be closing down compared to the end of Warner Bros. 7 Arts 56 years ago. No, it appears the Warner Streaming and Studios Company will be like the successor to Warner Media. And again, we all really hope this goes well. So stay tuned to this YouTube channel for any more deductions or clues I find. Or, in the words of that beatnik tiger, cool cat, so cool it now. Ya hear?
Wow.